I'm not fearful. As a revolutionary, part of being killed is one of those honors you must wear with pride. But I'm not going to be reckless. When he says to Ramaphosa, why is this man not in jail? Why are you not arresting this man? He simply means, why are you not killing this man? Because this man wants to kill white people. That's what he believes. And imperialism, especially the USA, it makes such remarks meaning something different. If you remember how they killed Gaddafi, they said no-fly zone and any other necessary means in Libya. And that meant Gaddafi is going to be killed. And that's how they took care of that situation in Libya.
The US has demanded the arrest of Julius Malema, South Africa's EFF leader, and President Ibrahim Traorè of Burkina Faso. This isn't your everyday diplomatic memo. It's the kind of news that makes everyone sit up. The implications are huge, and the questions are even bigger. These demands, if confirmed, represent a dramatic escalation in US engagement with certain African leaders. Malema and Traorè are vocal about sovereignty and colonialism. The US calling for their arrests draws a clear line in the sand. The initial reaction across the globe, especially in Africa, is likely shock and outrage. Malema criticizes US foreign policy, while Traorè steers Burkina Faso away from Western allies. The big question is, why now? And what are the specific charges? This story is just beginning to unfold. If the US is calling for these arrests, what could be the charges? Malema's anti-American stance is no secret, accusing the US of hypocrisy and neo-colonialism. From a US perspective, this could be seen as undermining American interests. Traorè has made significant geopolitical shifts, distancing from France and exploring ties with Russia. The US might accuse him of unconstitutional government change or actions detrimental to regional security. The accusations are likely a mix of political grievances dressed in legal language. The key will be to see what concrete evidence is presented. What happens when a global superpower demands the arrest of major political figures? Spoiler alert. It's not good for diplomatic relations. For South Africa, a US demand for Malema's arrest would be seen as a profound insult. For Burkina Faso, a demand for Traorè's arrest would be even more direct, isolating the country further. The diplomatic fallout could extend to regional bodies like ECOWAS or the African Union. The legal grounds the US might claim are murky, often operating in a gray area. The US might invoke laws like the Magnitsky Act or pressure international bodies. It's a power play, pure and simple. How would Malema and Traorè react to these alleged arrest demands? Malema would likely call a massive press conference, rally supporters, and critique US imperialism. This could energize his base, portraying him as a fearless martyr. Traorè's response would be more measured but equally defiant, condemning US interference. Within South Africa, the political implications would be significant, potentially uniting factions against US overreach. In Burkina Faso, the demand could either galvanize support around Traorè or embolden opposition. It would complicate efforts towards national reconciliation or a return to civilian rule. The move could strengthen the resolve of the military leadership to maintain control. These alleged US demands would send ripples across the entire African continent. Many African nations share a common history of colonialism and sensitivity to external interference. A move perceived as the US dictating arrests could trigger condemnation and solidarity. This could accelerate the trend of African nations diversifying their partnerships. The narrative of Africa for Africans would gain more traction. Such actions by the US could impact its broader strategic goals in Africa. The situation underscores a critical juncture in US-Africa relations. Actions have consequences, and in international relations, those consequences can be far-reaching and unpredictable. This is Africa Social Intellect, your premier destination for thought-provoking discussions and insightful perspectives on the vibrant and diverse African community and beyond. Our dedication extends beyond conversations. In recognizing the importance of security, we provide essential information to help safeguard vulnerable nations. From navigating local challenges to assisting these vulnerable nations against imperialistic threats, we stand as a beacon of awareness and resilience. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share our news. If you're watching on Facebook or another platform, follow us and share this reliable news source. We hope you enjoy the news, and thank you for watching, and see you next time.